Hi everyone, welcome to Gothinista. I am Gothinista Sara, or Sarah if you will, and today I wanted to share my Vondi shoe experience with you. I have 4 pairs of Vondi shoes and I want to share those with you today and also let you know how I got them because they were in some cases sort of unusual and very cool circumstances. So here we go. All right, so the first pair I got when Kat Von D was having her birthday sale on Vondi shoes. So I went to see which shoes they had available, and I found a pair of very clean, classic, I would call them simple, but not in a bad way, shoes that I could wear to work, I could wear out. I could really wear them any way I want, and that's what I wanted to have as my first pair. You know, a pair of shoes that I could just throw on that would be really comfortable but look really cool, something that would be appropriate for work but also just look really cool with my more fun outfits. So let me show you. First of all, let me just start by saying that I am a big packaging fan. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that before we even get to the shoes. The boxes that they come in are absolutely beautiful. So if you're somebody who likes to keep your boxes, I used to be that person till I ran out of room. But if you're somebody who likes to keep your boxes, you're definitely going to want to keep this one. If you're somebody who doesn't keep your boxes for your shoes, I would still keep this box. Not just because it's really cool, and if you happen to collect Kat Von D stuff as I do, that it would be a cool little collector thing, but it's just a really solid, beautiful box. So like if you wanted to just like put some cool things in it and store it away, I just would not get rid of this box. It would be such a shame because it's a really good quality, and it's really cool because it's like red on the inside. It has this really interesting texture. I don't really know how to describe it. Let me see if I could get it in there, but it has a really cool texture similar to a box that you would purchase if you were going out to, let's say, an art store or an IKEA type place. Although I don't know that IKEA has boxes with this really cool texture. Then you can see the logo. Let me just show it to you. It's right here. Hopefully I don't get too much glare, but it's, you know, as always with everything Kat's ever done, really cool logos and lettering and everything like that. And this is like raised up. I don't know if you could really get a sense of that in the camera, but it's raised up so you could actually feel all of it. It's in gold, which I know she is a big fan of, and it's also on the side. So I love, like, I am a sucker for really good packaging, and I am one of those adults that has boxes filled with other boxes, which some of which I had to get rid of at some point because it got a little ridiculous. So once you open the box, and I did peek. I was trying to make these videos like right when I get the stuff, but like I had to peek, so I've already opened them up and tried them on. But you know, they have this really cool tissue with it says vegan, and there's like the gold, and then there's like the reverse of that. And then when you open it up, let me try to do this for you guys. They're all really nicely wrapped. Like everything was so thoughtful, which when you're buying a, you know, slightly higher end item, you want that. I want that anyway. And then you have the shoes, and then they probably were filled. In fact, I put the filling back in, and I think they each had like a little rod in them to protect the shape of the shoe. Those have been taken out. So let me show you the actual shoe. And this one is Hex. I haven't learned the names of all the shoes yet. Okay, so this is my shoe right here, and I have massive feet, and I can tell I have massive feet because this looks like the world's biggest clown shoe, but it's not. And in fact, one of the things I really, really love about the shoe is that when you put it on, it actually makes my foot look a little bit smaller. I have like a really wide foot. More about that in a minute, but I have a really wide foot, so if I'm not wearing the right shoes, you know, sometimes they can look a little bit bigger than they even are. 10 substantial, but not that big. But yeah, so this is the Hex. It has like a really nice, I'm going to call it a rubber sole. This probably, it may or may not be made of something different, but it has this at the bottom, so you have some good grips, and then you have like the branding right there, the sizes right there, if you're wondering what that is. But yeah, they're really comfortable, and I do feel like I really trust these even in the wintertime. I live in New England, so we get icy stuff, we get snowy stuff, and so in the wintertime, as much as I love to wear really cute shoes and really cool boots and stuff, I am really super practical in the winter. Like, I do not want to fall, because you could be like the coolest dressed person in the world, but if you fall on your ass, like there's nothing cute about that. So I really like these shoes because I can be cool in the winter, but also look really nice. And see what I'm saying? Like, this is something that you could wear, like, if you work somewhere kind of conservative, you could still wear these, but they also look really cool. They have a lot of details. If you look at the rubber sole there, It has this sort of like diamond cut, and it goes in further. There's more detail than you could probably even see on camera. But like if you were to put your finger across it, there's like different sort of texture and like cuts and that sort of thing that really give it interest. And then you have the stitching right there. And then of course the insides of the shoes are red, which is also great. They are vegan leather. So if you're somebody who's really dedicated to having vegan leather in your life, they're vegan leather. And I think they're made of like apples or something like that. It's really interesting what they're making vegan leather out of. And to be really clear, because I'm very, when it comes to vegan leather, or what we used to call like pleather or whatever it was, I don't know if there's a difference or if it can be similar. I just know that sometimes when you get something that's vegan leather, it just reeks, and you either can't use it or you have to like hang it outside or whatever. These do not, there's nothing like that with these shoes. So like, I know it's weird, but I'm smelling my shoe, but like they do not have that strange, awful, like farm smell. I don't know if that makes sense to some of you, but I've had some things that were just so beautiful and so cool, but they were just, you just couldn't carry them because people would be like, you know, looking at you like, is that you? Are you the person with the bad smells? So just a couple more things because we have a bunch more shoes. And I'm already spending a lot of time on this, but this has like an elastic in it. So it'll give you some stretch right there. The one thing I will say about this is my personal experience. And like I said, I have wide feet, like very wide feet. I find them to be a bit narrow, like maybe not all of them, but this one. Not to the point where you won't be able to get your foot in, but I did have to use sort of like a stocking just to get in the first time. And so I wouldn't have gotten my foot in with a sock the first time, but I think they're going to be totally fine, and they're super comfortable, even in spite of the fact they were a little bit narrow for my wide feet. So just be aware of that. I don't know if I would necessarily size up. Like if I were to order these again, I would order the exact same size. So I'm a 10, I'm a solid 10. I would order a 10, but just be aware of that because that might be the case for you. Maybe your feet are wider than mine, or maybe there was no discomfort whatsoever. So I wouldn't say that's an issue, but with some shoes, if you get a narrow and you're a wide, you just can't even wear them. They're so uncomfortable. There was plenty of room like in the toe area and that. And I really like these. These are going to be my like everyday throw them on, wear them out sort of shoes. So that's the first pair. So now that was through Von D shoes. So I got like a half off discount. It was like free shipping. I inadvertently ordered the wrong size. I think I had the right size, and then I think something refreshed, and then I didn't realize it like reset to the smallest size. So the post office gave me some drama, which has nothing to do with Von D shoes. Like they gave my package to the wrong person and blah, blah, blah. And this is all to say that when I reached out to Von D shoes, they were extremely helpful. So I was happy to see that too, because sometimes with smaller companies, you know, they can be really cool and all, but maybe their customer service isn't as lacking. I've had that experience with some smaller companies. Sometimes they're better. Sometimes they're like nicer and more personable, but sometimes you can't really get the support you need. And I actually got a lot of support, and I was able to exchange the shoes very easily and get the proper size. Yeah, because when I first pulled them out, I was like, my feet are not that small, and I knew something was up. So anyway, but I was glad to get those. So those were from Von D shoes using a sale code. The other three pairs I got were a kind of unusual circumstance. I wish this was available to everybody all the time, but it's not. Kat did something on I'm going to call it an app called Whatnot. And basically, I discovered Whatnot through Candy Johnson, who, if you don't know, you should know. She's this incredible YouTuber, one of the original ones. And she would get on there, and it's basically like QVC meets eBay. So you get up there and you're like, you know, I'm letting go of some things. Here's my hat. Let me tell you a few things about it, and then you can bid on it. And they usually happens in like these 30-second increments, which is really easy. And there's a lot about Whatnot, and maybe someday I'll do a video on one of my other channels. But Kat decided to do Whatnot as well, and she did. I want to say there were 3 or 4 of them. The first one was her shoe collection, like her personal shoe collection of all those really amazing shoes that she collects. She was getting rid of some of the ones that she no longer fits in, or just, you know, just decided to let go, and she wanted them to go to a home that would be loving and people who would be excited to have them. Another one was her sunglasses collection. I actually did pick up 2 pairs of those, so I'll share that in another video. And then the last one was for it was like a sample shoe sale. So that one was done a little bit differently. In fact, it was so amazing and so crazed that it wasn't nearly as long of a show as the other ones, because we pretty much, she set it up kind of as a buy it now, and we pretty much went in and bought out like everything but like maybe 3 or 4 shoes. So it was a really short interaction, but it was really fun. And I got 3 pairs of shoes. I would say that they were all less than half off, probably more than half off. I don't remember exactly, but I know what they cost on the site, and I know that I paid way, way less for them, which is why I ended up with 3 pairs, even though I didn't intend to. So I'm going to show those to you. By the way, when the box came, it was massive, and I knew I had to order the shoes, but I wasn't expecting the package to be quite so large. I was expecting it to be like this size. And that's this huge box, and I'm like, what on earth is in that box? What did I order? And then I remembered that I ordered 3 pairs. So, it's such a big box, I'm having a hard time getting close to me. Give me a second. Okay, that didn't really work, so we're going to do our best. So the one thing that Kat did for the sample shoe sale that didn't happen for the others was that she autographed the boxes for us. So these were sample shoe sale. These were shoes that were used in Vondi shoes photo shoots. So you would assume that maybe like one model wore them one time or however many times. So they're pretty much new. And the boxes are what they are. So, you know, like one of my boxes a little bit banged up, but most of them are like, I'd still hold on to it, obviously. And then she autographed each of them. So this one is, again, this one I knew, Kitty. And these are like the crazy furry boots, obviously not made with real fur. So the box is so big, I can't even hold it up for you when I open it. So I'm just going to open it here, one-handed or two-handed if I can. And I'll just show you again. So this is the box. So like a massive box, Kat's autograph. I'm going to run out of space really quickly. And the tissue and the whole bit, everything, they were wrapped really nicely, just like they would have been if we got them at the store. And then look at this craziness. I'm trying to pull them back so you can actually see them. It's hard to see. Well, you can see if up close what the texture is. Oh my God, sorry about that. Oh, it looked so much bigger in camera. I could barely even see it in person. But yeah, they're like these big furry boots. And can I tell you, I think these look really, really cute if you have like really skinny legs. But I already have like big feet and my legs aren't that skinny. But they still look really cute. I just have to wear a different outfit than what I was planning on wearing with them. But they're super cool. And let me tell you this. Let me show you the sole before I forget. So this is the sole right there. And I don't know, I guess that one didn't have the the Vondi shoes thing on it like the other shoe did. These are the most comfortable shoes. It was like putting your foot in a sofa. It was that comfortable. Like I was really not expecting that. So the other shoes are comfortable, right? But these are a different kind of comfortable. These were just like, it was almost like bed slippers. That's how it felt. Like I could wear these as bed slippers. I would wear them out, but yeah, so that's Kitty. I'm going to try to move a little faster, otherwise we'll be here all day. And I've already run out of space. How am I going to do this? Okay. There we go. All right. Then I got, I'm going to save that other one for last. I got these, because these were actually one of my favorites. And you already know what the boxes look like, so they're going to obviously be bigger or smaller depending on the shoe. So this one's kind of a medium-sized one. And, excuse all the box noises. Okay, these ones are, I think, one of the prettiest shoes. I'm going to take the little stuffing out. Okay, so I was talking about the little stick that I think that's meant to hold the shape. So I'm going to take that there out. I haven't even tried these on. So these ones are called, Coven 1. That's right. So these are Coven 1, and these have the gold buckle. I am more of a silver girl, but they did not have the silver ones in my size, so I went with gold. And I think gold is pretty, and I'm always looking for gold stuff when I do end up wearing something gold, and then I'm looking for accessories, which I have very few of, but really beautiful, really stylish, sort of like, and I mean this in a good way, like a pilgrim style. It reminds me of like, you know, little costumes you should do at like Thanksgiving or with the big belt buckles and that. She had talked about how she collected like antique buckles and stuff. So I think this might even be inspired by one of those from her collection. The inside is red, of course. And this one has like a very respectable heel. I used to wear really high heels back in the day. I just don't anymore. I wear flats, but these I could totally wear. And the fabric is really pretty. It's like a silky, satiny sort of dealio. So hopefully you get a good sense of those. But these I think are amazing. And all right, we're just gonna make room for one more. The last pair. Now these, I'll be honest with you, Kat, don't be upset with me if you watch this. She really wanted them to go to people who are going to wear them. I am totally going to wear my other 3 pairs. I will probably not wear these ones. These were purely for collecting because they were so beautiful. I couldn't not have them. And they are called the Natasha 2. Oh, and they're actually a size bigger than what I normally wear. It was more because I was buying them to collect them, but also when I put my big ass wide feet into heels, sometimes there's just something about angling. I have not tried these on yet because I just haven't had a minute, but I was okay with buying a size larger because I might actually need a size larger, just because that's just been my personal experience with trying to glide a not so dainty Cinderella-like foot into a shoe that has like a bit of an incline, for lack of a better word. So these ones, to me, these are actually the most beautiful. Like, let's be honest, right here. Look at this. Look at this. Crazy, gorgeous. They are platforms, so they're not like as high as they appear to be if you're looking at the heel. You know, so if like the platform is this high, then the heel is like that high. But I don't wear a lot of heels like that. But you never know. I did wear these like a 7-inch platform Vegas looking boots to my cousin's wedding, and I managed. So these probably will get worn. Okay, so there's that. But let me take the stuffing out so you can have a nice look. So these are red shoes, and they still have the red lining. They have a little bit of lacing right there. So actually, I probably would have been fine with these. I didn't think it through, but because they have lacing, I could have opened that up to easily get my foot in. So I don't think they're going to be too big though, because like I said, these are a little bit kind of narrow and I have a wider foot. So I think I'm totally fine. The coolest thing about this shoe that's different than the other ones that I own is that this, can you see that right there? It's almost like a little piece of jewelry instead of having it like, emblazoned in. I don't know if that's the right word, but this one has almost like a little piece of jewelry on it, which is really cool. I've seen on one of the pair of boots, I think they're called Slayer, there's like a cool hanging thing. I actually do want those also. I don't even know if they're on there anymore, but yeah, so that has that. And I forgot to mention that they're all made in Italy, and it says made in Italy with love. So there's that. So these, I think these were kind of my favorite in terms of like prettiness. Obviously I bought them more to like collect them, but I think these ones are just, I think these are so incredible. Like whenever I see anybody post their shoes, and Von D Shoes tends to repost a lot of them, I'm always just like drawn to them, and then I remember that I have them now, which is great. So I got some everyday shoes, I got some hardly ever, maybe never shoes, I got some shoes that'll get busted out once in a while. And the kitty boots, or believe it or not, that's probably the pair that I have to think about the hardest, because they're the ones that I would wear every day, except I got to figure out outfits, because I tend to wear like bell cut pants, dress pants, yoga pants, whatever. I like a good wide long thing which would cover the boots. And so I got to like go through my wardrobe and find those like fitted things, because I think that will look mad cool with those boots. So they will definitely get worn. Trust me. And if not, I'll just wear them with my pajamas, because I swear to God, they are so comfortable that they could be worn that way, but that would be a waste because people need to see them. So anyways, those are my 4. And like I said, I don't imagine that Kat's going to be having a lot of sample sales in the future, but you never know. I think she'll be doing more photo shoots for more shoes as they come out. I think she released or I should say they, but I think they released some new shoes, and I think they're kind of clearing out some of the old ones to make room for new. So maybe, you never know, maybe, hopefully she had a really good experience on Whatnot, because I thought it was like the most fun. So again, it's like QVC, she had this amazing house, and she's in this like garage with the most incredible wallpaper. And then when she did the shoes, she was like in her shoe closet. She's dressed amazing, and she's just the coolest person ever. So it was just a really fun hang. Candy Johnson was with her, maybe for all of them. So it was just a really good time, and just like hanging out in real time. And if you're lucky enough to get things, because we're bidding, so not everybody wins every time. In fact, the first time I didn't win anything, so I got really smart the next 2 times and figured out what I wanted and how to get them. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope yeah, I hope that was like fun and useful for you. And I will definitely be sharing the glasses with you. Those ones were super, super fun and very different because, you know, her glasses collection is as about unique as her shoe collection. So that was really good. But anyway, thank you for joining me for my very first Gothinista video. There will be more. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And please follow me on Gothinista on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Technically, I do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do things on YouTube or if everything is just going to be on like Instagram and Facebook. Yet to be decided. Comment below if you have thoughts on that. And I also wanted to mention that I have another channel, Metalnet TV. And Metalnet TV is, you know, all things metal and heavy rock. And I interview some pretty legendary, amazing musicians. And I also have a show called Metal Bites. This might make a little appearance there as well, where we do lifestyle stuff like really cool food, really cool art, perfumes, and things that are really coming from like the metal and rock community. So anyhow, please join me there if you are so inclined. And thank you so much for spending time with me. And I look forward to spending more time with you. Take care.